Well, welcome back to Sittin with Sam. I'm David with my dad, Sam, and we're wrapping up our discussions on the 7 people who help you to heaven. Today, talking about the soulmate. Now, Dad, when I first picked up your book, I thought this was like a marriage chapter. But that's not exactly what you mean by soulmate. Tell us, how are you using that phrase here?
Well, it's a phrase not exactly found in the Bible, but
Right.
we do have an example of it with the example of David and Jonathan. But it's a person that's uniquely close to you and you to them. It's a person that especially understands how you think and feel and what you go through. They understand you and you understand them. It's a mutuality there, and it's a mutual commitment of closeness to each other. Not everyone can be as equally close to us. We love everyone as Christ has loved us. That's our goal. But unique closeness is that of a soulmate.
Yeah. It seems like this is sort of someone who really kind of gets you.
Yes.
And you get them.
You get them. They
in a
get you.
special way.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned David and Jonathan.
Yes.
On the one hand, they seem like 2 people who just really clicked. But on the other hand, they also took very practical steps to be close. So tell us about their example of a soulmate relationship.
Well, think about it. Jonathan could have been jealous and competitive with David,
Yeah.
but instead he embraced him and admired him and reached out to him. He gave him some gifts. He reached out to him, and then what happened? They started spending time together, and then they made a commitment to each other. They made a vow to each other to be friends. And this was some of the unique things. And when David got in trouble, Jonathan came seeking him.
Yes.
And
helped him find strength
helped him
in
find
God.
strength in God.
I love
so
that line.
and they kept it up even when they were pressured not to. They stayed close to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the way they showed affection toward
Yes.
each other, it says they loved each other as they loved themselves.
Right.
That's deep friendship right there.
There was a warmth between them that was righteous and good, but a real warmth.
Yeah. Reading this chapter, I don't know if others may have felt the same way. It actually brought up some sadness
Yes.
in my heart, some frustration, because it makes you think about soulmate. I thought about friends, Spencer, one of my best friends who's passed away. I thought about my friend Marcus, my brother Jonathan, soulmates who have moved on to other cities.
Yes.
You probably think about Wyndham, JP, Reese, Neelan. These are men who live all over the country
Yes.
now, and some who have passed on. I'm sure, it can bring up some sadness or frustration. It's like, I want that friend, I miss that friend.
Right.
What do you tell us to help us out with that?
Well, the fact that we have someone that close to us that means that much to us should not ever make us feel like, oh, because that could hurt me if I were to ever lose them, that we won't let those kind of people into our life. Yes, there may be some difficulties that come with it of separation or passing on or something like that, but is it worth it? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's worth it. So let's not allow that fear or that problem to keep us from it, or the fact that someone even disappointed us that we reached out to. And we can say, but let's not allow that to happen. Let God work it out.
Right.
He'll give you the people you need. Over time, it may take time, but it will happen.
Yeah. Well, you just alluded to this. What do we do when we think we found a soulmate and we've tried to give our heart, but apparently they're not feeling the same way right now? What do you do with that?
Well, you have to lay it before the Lord.
Yeah.
And let Him work on it and let them work on it. It does take mutual decision. So if we were to get angry and frustrated, that will certainly disenable the relationship from ever happening. Some things take patience. Love is patient.
Amen.
And so let's be patient.
Well, what practical steps can we take to build soulmate type of friendships?
Well, we can reach out and ask to spend time together. We can make phone calls. We can send some texts. We can let them know how we feel at some level, at the appropriate moment in time. Pray for wisdom on that, and see what happens.
Yeah. how do you advise people to, Paul says, open wide your hearts, Corinthians. How can we open our hearts wider toward these types of friendships?
Well, I think it means being open about who we are, our needs, our weaknesses, our struggles, also how we feel about them, and how much we appreciate them, and be complimentary and encouraging and saying, oh, here's what I appreciate about you. So opening up our heart to show our needs and also to give what they need can be key to this.
Well, we're wrapping up the chapters in the book here. Closing thoughts on these chapters in this book.
Well, as the theme of the book is God's perfect plan, one imperfect person helping another imperfect person. Think about it. What's God's first commandment? To love Him with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. The second commandment, love each other as we love ourselves. And so, yes, we need each other. He is the only infallible relationship we'll ever have.
Yeah.
The others, we will fail them, they will fail us, but He wants us to still work on them, knowing we need them. Will we be all 7 people to somebody? No, only Jesus is the perfect 7 people. And so we rely on Him ultimately more than anything or anyone else. But we need them, and we try to give and be what we need to be.
Right. Well, thank God that we always have a friend in Jesus and a friend in God. Even if you're missing 1 or 2 of these people in your life right now, we've got God. We've got a relationship with Jesus Christ. And let's stay faithful to the end and see each other in heaven.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us for these talks. We'll see you next time.